Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to try something different. And I don't know how it's going to work, if it's going to work. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I knew I had it out here. I'm going to try making a box using acetate. And I'm going to use this Enchanted Ocean acetate. Mostly just because it's available right here. I got it close and handy. Second, because it appears to be very sturdy. Now I'm thinking that this might have a protective sheet on it. I'm not seeing one. All right. So I'm going to use two of the same ones. I don't want to use the bubbles, though, because I want to use those bubbles for probably something else. I think I'll use this one, even though it might be a bit much. You only got 6 pieces in the kit. So if this doesn't work, and I'm going to end up using a lot. So when you make a box with acetate, it's going to be a little bit different because your glue, first of all, it's going to have a hard time working just because it's going to have a hard time working. And second, because this is supposed to move for scoring. There we go. Yeah, that's not right. I wonder if it should be this way. There we go. That way our measurements are better. Okay. So we got to figure out how much of the box we want for box. And really, I'm just trying the technique out. I'm just trying what my brain is telling me is going to work, but I really don't know. So, okay, first of all, let me take this back and move this back, because one of our pieces of paper has to be a little bit smaller than the other. Okay, this is 8 inches. I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of it. And I hope that's enough. See, it's not even that easy to cut. So this will be for the bottom of the box. So I'm going to say we want the box to be 1.5 inches tall, and I'm going to score at 1.5 inches. And this is not easy. Okay. So I'm thinking if it has that protective sheet over it, when I score it and go to fold it, that will make itself known. So 1.5 inches, and I'm going to go over it a few times. Just to make sure that's scored good. I don't want it ripped. I just, boy, this acetate may be too thick. All right, so there's that first one, right? 1.5 inches. Boy, that's kind of small. We're gonna work with it. So 1.5 inches, but all the way around now. Oh, do you see what I did? I didn't turn it back. I hope that's good. That is good. 1.5 inches all the way around now. I got to score at 1.5 inches. So if this doesn't work, if my idea doesn't work, you all are going to know. And then maybe you can take what I'm thinking and make it work. Because some of you, when I do something and it doesn't work, you have great ideas and you leave it in the comments, and so it helps me or other people that are reading the comments. If you watch my videos and something is a fail, read the comments, because a lot of times somebody in there will know and they'll leave a comment of what to do, or even just their ideas of what might work. So that's why I love the comment section. I love it. I love that people can do that. And there's so recommendations like, I need a new marquee. Mine is making a grinding noise, so somebody let me know in the comment section. Hey, they're on sale right now at HSN. So I got on, I ordered one. It should be here. So today is actually Wednesday. Yeah. And but you know, like I've said in other videos, I have to make these videos ahead. So there basically is the box, and I'm going to bring my scissors in and I'm going to trim. So I'm making a square box. You don't have to make a square box. And I'm going to trim in because it's acetate. I'm just coming in a tiny bit. And before I make the lid, I want to do this and see if it's going to work. And then we'll come do the lid. Because the lid is basically... Oop, I went too far with that one. The lid is basically going to be the same technique. It's just that the lid doesn't have that 1/8 of an inch cut off, right? Because you have to have that difference in that 1/8 of an inch so that it'll slip over. Otherwise, you end up with two that are exactly the same and you can't get the one on top of the other. Okay. That didn't quite cut as much as I wanted it to. So now if we were making a regular box, I would come in with glue and glue these tabs, right? And there would be our box. But glue and acetate, it will work, it'll work. It takes a while for the glue to dry and whatever, and it might hold it good, it might not, depend on the glue. But glue and acetate are not the best of friends, and you can come in and you can use tape and do it, and that'll work. But I keep thinking about the boxes that we get. The boxes that we get from, what am I trying to think of? Product comes in them, and they're the plastic boxes. And instead of being glued or taped, some of them are, but a lot of them have that little notch in them. So I want to try to figure out a way to do that little notch. So first of all, one thing to think about is if we take and cut these just like they are, just straight, then it's going to come back out of the notch. So we have to have a safeguard for that. So my idea is this. We have, I don't have nothing to measure it with. So let me come here, and I'm going to say at a 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to make a little mark.
This is a reminder.
Oh.
Turn off lights.
Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. I hope I'm making a good enough mark on here. This stuff is some thick stuff. Let me go all the way with it. All the way across. So I have it on the other side too. Okay. And then, okay, here's what I'm thinking. So we cut in to make a tab, right? So that it doesn't come out. We just want a little tab. I think that was my line. Kind of hard to see my line. I didn't make it real strong. Yeah. Just cut off part of my tab. It like fell off. And I can see somewhere I thought I saw. So we can fold these tabs in, hopefully straighter than that. They're not coming very straight. I keep seeing these little things here that makes me think there is a liner on it. There it goes. There it goes. I knew it would show up at some point. So it's definitely here. There we go. I figured that once we embossed it, if there was liner, we would know. Okay, so now I'm going to cut straight across, and cut this off. Can you feel me get nervous? So hopefully now my thought is we put a little slit in here, this width, and this goes in, and then when we're done, these pull back out and hold it in place. That's what I'm hoping happens. I do not know, though, if that's going to work. So, I would say the best thing at this point is to, we're going to put this back to trim. And I'm going to kind of measure this. And it's 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so, and it's 1.5 inches long. So I'm going to come over here. Let's do the 8. So 6.5. I need it here coming in 1.5 inches. Which is right at like the end of this blue line, I guess. Right about here, but I don't want it quite. So I want it in a little bit. I don't know. How do we figure this out? Okay. Okay, so I could do one right about here, but this is going to be the hardest part. I need to come down. I don't know what I need to come down. Okay. I'm just going to have to make some marks, which hopefully I'll be able to get off. So I can see here. So let's go here. And here are my start and end lines. And then here and here. Are my other start and end lines. All right. So let me do. They're kind of hard to see. Okay. So I'm going to line that up. I can't really see my start and end lines. So these are folded in. They go through. No, it's not big enough. No, I didn't go far enough. So there's got to be an easier way to figure this out, right? I think that'll be easier to get out that way. So or we could go this way, and there we go. Push it in all the way. And release these back. Now we have no glue. Look, it worked. With just the one. I don't need the two. So I was going to do two and kind of weave it in and out. But it's working with just the one. So some of you are going to be better at measuring and doing all of that. And you're going to know this needs to be here and this needs to be there and whatever. But I'm not. So for me, I'm going to be better off making my little marks. And I'm just making my marks right before the tab. So put the tabs down. Oh, this one I didn't cut away. Okay. So this would come here. And I'm kind of holding it where I want it so that I know. Okay. I think I got all my marks on. Okay, so I'm going to undo this one so that I can come in. It might be harder to get it out than I thought. Well, I guess it really does work well. It doesn't want to let it go. I can't get it out. Once it has it, it has it. Oh, come on. And maybe my slit needs to be a tiny bit bigger, but then it loosens it, right? I'm gonna have to do something here to get it out. I used to have a craft knife. Just to come in and open it up a little bit more, but I don't see my craft knife anywhere. Maybe I can get these little bitty things in here. Just to open it up a little bit. Now this would be okay if I had all my marks done before. Okay, that should work. All right, I guess my idea works. Am I gonna have to ruin it to make it? Okay, finally. Whew. Okay, so what is the deal? I haven't done this one at all. How is that? It feels like it's growing back. It's growing back. Okay. Okay. I don't want to lose my marks. All right, so now I need to come in. How am I gonna do this? Okay. I don't see the marks. There's one. Here's one. So I'm gonna drop this right here. All right, I went from mark to mark. So now in this one, I need to go from mark to mark. I'm going to give it just a tiny bit more, I think. You know, this one I need to go. So this time you probably can't see the marks. I made the marks a little bit longer so I could see them past this. Of course, I gotta be able to see them at all. Okay. Oh, I think I made that one too long. Oh. All right, let's try it now. So, bending them all back, coming from outside to inside. Oh, I did. Something is off here. Maybe not. Okay, it looks like I might have to come back and trim some of my little tabs. Okay, shove it all the way in so that it gets in there tight. Right? It needs to go all the way in. There we go. And then this one. So this one might need to be a little bit longer. Okay. Let's get it. There we go. All right, so there's my, oh, that looks a little wonky right there. But there we go. So now I can come in and some of the tabs are perfect. Some of the tabs are not. It just depended, I guess, where I put them. So I'm just gonna trim it. This one I didn't even pull back yet. So trim it. All right. Just tighten it up. Here we go. I don't know why that's going in so bad. It's like I cut that. This one. Oh. I did that little nidge trim, and then we don't need to do that little nidge trim. That's why it's not. What was I thinking? Oh my goodness. No, we don't want to do that little trimming thing. We just want to do these. But that's pretty clean looking. Okay, let me do the lid. Now that we know we've got it. Now what I want to do is definitely we know there's a coating on here. I want to try to get it off. There we go. Because even though it's thin or whatever, it may mess up make it a little bit harder to score and everything. Now I don't have to change my numbers on my sides because I trimmed the 1/8 of an inch off of here. I don't need to worry about doing it on my lid. So I'm going to switch this back now to score. I like this because it holds it there. So I want to do the same size, 1.5 inches. Okay, 1.5 inches. And I do believe it made it a little bit easier to score. To take that off. All right. 1.5 inches. And you see I'm scoring it a couple of times. 2, 3, whatever it takes to get a good score. 1.5 inches. Inch and a half. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut there. I'm going to cut here. These scissors are nice. See, I can just put that up to the tip. And just cut all the way to the tip. That's why I love these scissors, okay? 1.5 inches. Now, I went in at a 1/4 inch, right? So, no. Yeah, I did. I did a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch score line. Quarter inch. Quarter inch. Ooh, I hope that was straight. 1/4 inch. And I'm not even worried about if I'm cutting the same amount off or not. I'm just coming in, doing a little snip. Just enough to give me some tabs. You can measure it. I'm just not real good at all that measuring stuff. Okay, and then we'll just come in and trim this off. It helps to have it folded. I didn't want to really, because it makes it harder to get through the paper cutter, but look at that piece I didn't get off. Okay. So notice this time I didn't cut the little things out of it because it made that wonky crooked, and I wasn't thinking at that time about that. But yeah, you want your side straight, not wonky. So miss that step. Okay, don't do what I did with that one. Do what I'm doing with this one. And I honestly cannot say that I have seen anybody do these tabs on these boxes when you go to make your own boxes. Maybe people don't really use acetate to make boxes, but sometimes I missed this one altogether. Sometimes them little boxes are so cute, you know. So, I would use something like this. Okay. I do crochet, but, I'm not great at crochet. I'm basic. But, I mean, I made some cute things, I guess. As long as I keep it simple. Something crocheted inside here, oh, would be really cute, right? I think it would. Okay, I'm gonna have to fold it now, even though, because I gotta measure where I'm gonna put my lines. And I think the only way, for me, you might be good enough to measure it out and find it, right? I don't think I am good enough to measure it out. I would end up in space. My thought is, okay, you would say we went 1.5 inches and then 1/4. So the line would need to be there at 1 1/4 inches, right? Maybe come in a little extra just to be on the safe side. But then, you need to know how long you made this, that, whatever. It's just, I guess all I'm saying is, for me, it just not good with measurements. So I feel better just doing it how I'm doing it. I could sit here and figure it out, but it would take a while, So this is easy. I just come here, I say, okay, here's one line, here's the other line. Same thing with this one. Here's one, here's the other. Same here. And I didn't cut mine all the same. And honestly, these scissors have measuring on them. These are the Crafter's Companion ones. I got sticky on here. They have measurements on here. So you could use these and say, okay, I'm only going to cut this much, put it to the end, and these cut all the way to the end. So if I only wanted it to be a 1/4 inch, I would come right here. That would be at my start, the 1/4 inch, and then I would cut all the way to the tip. That makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so there we go. Here to here. Let me see how close I got. Let's see how my cuts do. So this time I'm thinking I got it figured out, and I'm thinking it should go pretty smooth, and that's funny. Because it never works that way. Okay, I'm going to put it back to cutting. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just, I know what's going to happen. It's, if it does work, wonderful. I will be thrilled. I want to make sure that cut is I jogged off a little bit. That's tight though. Just so you know, that is a tight. I can't see the line on the bottom. There it is, right there. No, it didn't go all the way. Let's see, did I jog over again? Yes, I did. I'm not gonna cut the heck out of it. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna bring this in. Oh, it didn't cut all the way through. There we go. All right. just want to make sure it's cut all the way. Otherwise it's not going in, and they're tight. That other line's way down here. Okay. I think is that the line? I think it's the line. See, I didn't cut it all the way quite. So I think they can be a little bit longer, but you can't have them shorter. Just double checking. Double checking. Okay, now we fold these back and fold these ones back and fold these ones back, and this goes back. That might not have gone back enough. Okay, now we fold it. We fold them all. Fold them, fold them. Fold them, fold them. Bring this over and in. And all the way in. Bring this one over. All the way in. Bring this one over. How many of you are thinking in your heads, nah, I'll just use tape. I'll just use tape. I'm not going to do all that. But now I can open up those tabs. That one was a little too long right there. And I hope they stay. I think if we have them scored well enough. That's a little too long. And open this one, and that one's coming over the top. That's almost too long. But that one fits almost perfect. And I'm going to snip a little bit off the top. Okay, here's the lid. And it did come together easier. Now the question is, how well is this going to work? With those things, right, with the these tabs, that can make it a little bit harder to get on, I think. That's why we want them folded back nicely, not too long or whatever. did it. Look at there. I did it. I did it. I did it. It would be a better fit, but I did them little notches out of the bottom. And I shouldn't have. And this needs to come in a little bit. There we go. So they are kind of coming a little bit loose, so I guess we could put some tabs on. That's from not cutting it close enough to where the tab goes in. Otherwise it won't move. But we did it. We made an acetate box without glue. The only thing I messed up on was cutting those notches out. Do not cut those notches out. Look at that. That's pretty. I like it. And can you imagine? Like a baby gift, right? Think about it. You've crocheted a baby gift. Put them in here. Little booties. Oh, the little booties would be adorable in this. I mean, I just think, well, I got it. Let me show you. If we turn them, the pattern both the same way, look, they're gonna practically line up. Nice. All right. I'm so happy with myself. I thought, well, I'm gonna go try this. Let's go see what a disaster it's gonna be. Because a lot of times what happens in my head is not reality. This actually worked. So, I'm happy. I hope y'all like the video. I appreciate y'all being here so much. And I hit 650 subscribers. And that's not really like a monumental number. But I'm happy. And I was thinking, I've got so much going on for the next few weeks. I'm going to be leaving. And I'll be gone for 2 weeks. And then when I come back, maybe we'll talk about a swap. So let me know if you're interested. I don't mind even if it's just one person that wants to swap. I'll swap with one person. We'll have to figure out what we want to swap. So any ideas or anything like that, it would be perfect. Happy with my acetate box. I just want to sit here and make boxes now. All right, everybody. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Everybody, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.